Commander Grant Kelly.
Will Rock sing on the 24th columnist group.
Hey.
So, you're gonna have to give me something stronger than you heard.
What are you talking about? I mean, he's the only one who can relate to these robots.
We trusted you.